domestically. But let's keep in mind, these people that are wanting to come here, they want to come for a better life too. They have kids too. They have a heart too. So we don't need to be disrespectful. We don't need to talk about them as criminals. They're not. They're families that want a better life, and they're desperate to get here.
Yes, there is something going on about Nikki Haley. I don't know if you have seen this. Very concerning.
If you're a Democratic mega donor, this is a very tough moment for you. Your candidate is going to lose. All the polls show that. Joe Biden will not be elected president if current trends continue. So you need to make a change. But there's a problem, and that problem is Joe Biden's running mate. She's half Jamaican. Therefore, she's holy. You can't criticize her, much less demote her. That's not allowed. You are stuck with Kamala Harris, and she is even more unpopular than Joe Biden. So what do? Well, if you're smart, maybe you subvert the other party. Maybe you back a Republican candidate who's actually a Democrat, whose priorities are identical to yours. And of course, they found one. Her name is Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley has a World Economic Forum problem. She is every bit the globalist we expected. Going down this article, back in 2007, Nikki Haley was a member of the South Carolina State Mission to China. Even as a freshman in the state legislature, Haley was a leading ally of Republican Governor Mark. She was invited to attend the World Economic Forum conference with the governor. Haley put out a press release highlighting her participation in the World Economic Forum conference in China, calling a rare opportunity to meet with Chinese investors.
Is a liberal. She is all in on the 4 tenets of neoliberalism, which are white guilt, a finance-based economy, mass immigration, and endless neocon wars. Strip away all the outward characteristics, and Nikki Haley is identical in her priorities to Joe Biden and the people who back Joe Biden. Watch this tape. This is from last month. Nikki Haley explaining with a straight face that actually Vladimir Putin was behind the October 7th attacks in Israel.
Remember when I told you Putin hit rock bottom? Hamas invaded Israel and did all that brutality on October 7th. October 7th is Putin's birthday. Who's the happiest person in the world right now? Putin. Why? Because the U.S. and the West took all their eyes off of Ukraine, and what did we do? Started looking at Israel. Did Putin call Netanyahu? Nope, not for 10 days. You know who he did call? Hamas. They came the next day and they held hands and said they were friends. We now know the Russian intelligence is what helped Hamas know how to get through that barrier. See the connection. If we supported Ukraine and supported Israel, that's only 5% of our defense budget.
See, Putin and Ukraine are actually integrally connected to Hamas, and we need to spend all of our attention and all of our money on those matters rather than on our own country, which is degrading faster than... What have you noticed about the kind of subtext to this race? What's actually going on here, do you think?
Yeah, well, look, I've been convinced for a long time, Tucker, that this was not going to be a standard Trump versus Biden race. Right. There's just been enough staring you in the face that made that obvious, right? You start with the trials and the civil trials and the prosecutions, and then they go to the non-prosecution and illegal removals from a ballot without trial on the Trump side. The thing that fascinated me about the Biden side of this, though, is you also see some of the same dynamics. The documents case for Biden trotting itself out after years, long ago in the Senate. You see a lot of other things with Biden. Why is the Hunter stuff coming out now when this has been known for 7 years? And so where I thought this was going was Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama or whichever other puppet they're trotting out to replace Biden. But one of the things that's become clear to me, so that's where I thought this was going. It was not what was meeting the eye, for sure. I think what's become clear to me now, I'm in the thick of this GOP primary, is that the real puppet they're trotting out isn't Gavin Newsom. It isn't Michelle Obama. I was wrong about that, actually. I think the true puppet masters, the thing about them is they're fundamentally nonpartisan in nature. There's a few things they care about. Keeping the foreign war machine humming is high on the list. Keeping the administrative state's control of the United States is also high on the list.
Yes. Tucker Carlson said it clear. You thought Democrats were going to dump Biden for Gavin Newsom, but they are not. They are backing Nikki Haley instead. But what could be going on? I really want to know your opinion pertaining to this. Why would Democrats suddenly decide to back Nikki Haley? What is going on? I've seen a lot of articles where they put out where former Obama, I think it's a sexual, who exactly is campaigning for Nikki Haley. We saw how she made it clear that Hillary Clinton actually influenced her to run. Giving her the credit, when this issue of the list came out, a lot of people were pointing fingers at her. So you see exactly what is happening here. Tucker Carlson on this clip is saying the truth. You should be able to understand the politics they are playing here. They want to go after Donald Trump. Like, if we support Nikki Haley, Trump is gone. That is according to them. Few weeks ago, I saw articles just popping up to say, oh, Nikki Haley is now almost approaching Donald Trump. When you look at that gap, it's too wide. But the mainstream media will always pen that image like, it is crazy, right? Sometimes when I look at what is going on, I don't even want to talk about it, but it is important we take an exclusive look.
A much more convenient puppet within the Republican Party itself. It's not Gavin, it's not Michelle, it's Nikki, actually. And I think that if you just follow exactly who are the very people who are paying to keep Donald Trump off the ballot, who are funding the lawsuits that keep Trump off the ballot, the Reid Hoffmans of the world funding lawsuits against Trump, the Larry Finks of the world, king of the woke industrial complex, CEO of BlackRock. It's just obvious and hiding in plain sight. Who are these people propping up? It's not Biden, and it's not even Gavin Newsom. It's Nikki Haley within the Republican Party itself.
But let's keep in mind, these people that are wanting to come here, they want to come for a better life too. They have kids too. They have a heart too. So we don't need to be disrespectful. We don't need to talk about them as criminals. They're not. They're families that want a better life, and they're desperate to get here.
At the WEF conference in China, calling it a rare opportunity to meet with Chinese investors looking to expand their influence in the United States, Nikki Haley released a statement at the time, making life better in Lexington and throughout South Carolina means creating new business opportunity and learning how to strengthen the job creating potentials of our existing companies, building new relationships and finding new ways to stay competitive in a rapidly changing world are crucial steps toward ensuring the future prosperity of our local communities. That is Nikki Haley way back. It clearly shows you what she has been advocating